Sitting in front of his locker at Tempe Diablo Stadium on the first official day of spring training, Garrett Richards was enjoying the new buzz around the only franchise he's known in his professional career. Shohei Ohtani had arrived from Japan, and everyone was watching the Angels' prize off-season acquisition. The daily media contingent was almost silly, and players were watching their new teammate, too. But even in all the newness, Richards felt something familiar. "I have the same vibe that I did coming to spring in 2014, like, we've got a great team on paper," Richards told Sporting News. "We have some guys that we had at the end of the year that we got to see what we would have going forward, and it's kind of all coming together now. We're just all real excited about it." More. SN's MLB Power Rankings for May in 2014. Of course, the Angels made the playoffs. It's the only time they've reached the postseason since Richards, who was a 2009 first-round pick, made his MLB debut late in the 2011 season. But the 2018 Angels have October plans of their own. So far, so good. They're essentially tied for first place in the AL West with a 23-14 record entering play Friday, a couple of percentage points ahead of the Astros, .622 to .615. Not that the wildcard standings matter much in May, but they're in the second WC spot now, and only the Mariners are within 3.5 games of their spot. Richards has made 8 starts this year, and the Angels are 6-2 in his 8 starts. He has a 4.08 ERA, 3.92 FIP, and has struck out 49 batters in 38 2/3 innings, an 11.1 K9 mark that's easily a career high. But those 8 starts might just be the biggest number. Richards was one of baseball's better starting pitchers in 2014-15, rolling up a 3.18 ERA, 3.30 FIP in 58 combined starts those 2 years. But injuries have been a soul-crushing reality the past 2 years. He started just 6 games in 2016 and 6 more in 2017. So, yeah, the 8 games started this year represent a big step in the right direction. Sitting in that clubhouse in Tempe, Richards looked around and saw a lot of his fellow pitchers who had experienced similar setbacks the past few years. Nick Tropiano had Tommy John, Andrew Heaney had Tommy John, J.C. Ramirez had his elbow, and Matt Shoemaker has his nerve thing. It was kind of like we would all sit on the bench together and we would watch the game together and, I don't know, evolve together," Richards said this spring. "We had a lot of time to watch baseball, so we had a lot of time to take a step back and learn some things. I think we all benefited from it. I think we're all better because of it. It's a tight-knit group over here," he continued. "It was frustrating when we were all going through it together, but we also had each other to kind of lean on. Going through that whole process, you'll have good days and you'll have bad days. You'll have frustrating days. And going through that whole process with guys who are dealing with the same thing you're dealing with, it was nice to have guys you could bounce your frustration off of and talk to and kind of keep each other going forward. It sucks that we had to go through it, but I think we're grateful that we went through it together." That was in mid-February. Everyone was healthy. That's no longer the case for some of those guys. Ramirez made 2 starts this season, but he's done for the year after Tommy John surgery. Shoemaker made 1 start, landed on the DL, and was set to return when the same nerve issue in his forearm shut him down. There is no timetable for his return. Tropiano has been on the 10-day DL with shoulder inflammation, but he's expected to be activated this weekend. More. Players Union nixes plan to change All-Star voting. The news hasn't all been bad, obviously. Heaney missed the first couple of weeks of the season, but he's back and has a .212 ERA in his past 3 starts. Tyler Skaggs, the lefty who made a total of 26 starts in 2015-16, has been brilliant in 2018. He's carved out a 3.08 ERA, 2.74 FIP and a career-best 3.55 K/BB ratio. Rookie Jamie Barria has been exceptional, 2.45 ERA in his first 4 MLB starts. And, of course, Ohtani has shown why everyone was so excited for his arrival this spring. He's made 5 starts and showcased a fastball in triple digits and the nasty breaking balls that scouts in Japan raved about. He's struck out 32 in 26 in the third innings and has a 4.10 ERA, 4.07 FIP. Some folks around baseball expressed concern that the front office's plan to go with a 6-man rotation to accommodate the schedule Ohtani used in Japan and get him in the lineup regularly as the DH might cause a bit of friction in the Angels clubhouse. That concern, Richards told SN in Tempe, only existed outside the Angels clubhouse, though. I don't think there's a person in there who cares if they make 32 starts or they make 27 starts, as long as we're winning games and having a good time, he said. That's kind of it. Winning games obviously solves a lot, but being a tight-knit group, I think, is the next level. I think you can have all the talent in the world in the locker room, but if you're not meshing well, you're not going to go very far. That's one thing in here that we always try and preach, a loose clubhouse, a nice environment for new guys to come in and join right in with us. There's no awkward stage with us. We're a very welcoming clubhouse. We just want to win. That's our no. When everybody has the same mindset. We just want to win, no matter what. So far, that's exactly what they've done. Very much like 2014.